The Switch eShop has erupted with another set of incredible sales, and my favorite part about this one is we're talking a ton of games that we've never covered because new titles have their lowest price ever, and there are some really exciting ones that I haven't seen pop up on sales list yet, so this is going to be a good one. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. We got nearly 20 top tier games from the Switch eShop, and I'm going to roll through them. I'm basically coming at you from the Matrix. I'm inside the eShop. And I hope you guys will let me know in the comments down below which of these you're interested in checking out, or if you have a recommendation for somebody else, throw it out there. We'd like to be a helpful community over here on SwitchForce. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoy these sales videos, and let's get started with my number one pick. This is a really new game, like it just came out this weekend. I'm gonna give you Tetris Effect Connected for $30. This one is 25% off right from the jump. And Tetris Effect Connected is a phenomenal Tetris experience. It's much more than just Tetris. It is like an audio-visual bath. Okay, you are going to feel relaxed and calm, but also really engaged in the puzzle action, and people are saying the Switch version is the best version. I haven't had a chance to download it yet, but I know it plays great on other platforms, and I'm sure it'll be super fun portably. Let's also throw a little love to Dunk Lords, all right? The lowest price it's ever been, $5. That's 50% off, and Dunk Lords is basically NBA Jam if it was made now. I miss NBA Jam dearly. I love the Showtime Jam series. I played those all the time as a kid, as a teen. Me and my brother had just so many great battles, and they stopped making arcadey basketball. But Dunk Lords tries to pick up the slack and delivers a very crazy basketball game, but it doesn't have the roster. That's why it's $5 and not $25. I still think you'll have a ton of fun even with their make-believe players, and that's why it made my list. Now, Nick All-Star Brawl is over there trying to compete with Smash Bros. Throwing Reptar vs. SpongeBob, but Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Grand Prix is a little bit speedier. This is the Mario Kart equivalent, and it's $20, bringing it to 50% off, and that feels like a fantastic price. I played this game, and it has some nice tracks, a huge roster, and it's not as good as Mario Kart, but it's also only $20, and you've probably played 8 Deluxe for a long time, so if you were looking for a little more kart racing fun, then Nick Kart Racers 2 might be up your alley. There's also Kart Racers 1, which is only $10, but I think Kart Racers 2 is a better pick. Let's show some love to Cozy Grove. This is like Animal Crossing, but on a spooky island. All right, it's a different style, I guess you'd say, although it's very similar themes and vibes, but it's much more about accomplishing little mini tasks than it is about customizing. You can still place furniture and, evolve your island in a way that suits you, but it's much more focused on completing sort of missions, and it's supposed to be just a game you play for a little bit each day. Like, there's a set number of things you can do. You're in and you're out. It's much more of that routine gaming, and it's only $11.99. That's the lowest price it's ever been. It's 20% off, which feels like a nice entry point, and it's one that I enjoyed the little time I played with it. Golf Story is $7.49. This is an OG indie classic on the eShop. We're still waiting for Sports Story. Still has that 2021 date, but I'm getting a little worried. Please come out. 50% off though for Golf Story, lowest price it's been, and this is Golf RPG. If you didn't think Mario Golf cut it this time, if you thought it got too goofy or didn't have enough interesting courses or not enough RPG elements, or you just don't want to pay $60, $7.49 is a phenomenal price for a pixely golf game that has good golf and good RPG elements. Aerial Knights Never Yield is down to $8.99, 25% off, lowest price ever. I gotta show some love to this game from a Detroiter. I grew up in Michigan. I love all the Detroit sports teams. I wear their apparel in my videos all the time, and this is a 3D runner that reviewed okay, but it's more about an interesting aesthetic and art style and a unique story driven by like one developer. I think that's a cool sort of gimmick, if you will, and I might pick it up at this price. I haven't played it yet. It was featured in a Nintendo Switch Indie World presentation, so they liked it enough to give it some shine, and so I'm going to give it a little shine as well and let you know that it is on a good sale. Inside is $5, and if you haven't played Inside, play Inside. That's it. It's 75% off, lowest price it's been. One of the coolest indie games of all time with one of the most shocking, jaw-dropping, awesome endings in gaming. You have to play it. That's all. Lego Builder's Journey. Wow. This takes Lego into a different dimension, right? This is no longer like the silly, fun, hey, I'm Emmett and I'm running around and I'm Batman, haha. No, this is like beautiful and evocative and a little bit dark. Now, it's $15.99, which is the lowest price it's ever been. That gives it a 20% discount, but it is on the App Store as part of their, what's their game thing called? Apple Arcade? Yeah. So it feels a little weird to pay this much, but it came out at 20, now it's down to 16. That feels like a much better price, and it still might be a lot for you, but I've played this one on the iPhone, and I really did enjoy it. I'm sure it would translate well to the Switch, and I think it just has a very, I don't know, it's like a good weekend game. It's got nifty vibes, and I think you'll enjoy it. Fuser is down to $20, the lowest price it's ever been. That puts it at 50% off. If you want to make music, and you miss the era of Rock Band, Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, all that good stuff, this one's, I mean, it's kind of like that. It's less about the plastic instruments and more about putting different songs together, but it did get some good reviews when it released. And $20 feels a lot better for what is more of like a music tool than necessarily like a full-on band game. I'm wondering and waiting for when those games are going to return. Like the era of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, I'm looking at my watch and I think it's about to resurge. It just has to. Those plastic instruments go for so much on eBay right now. I just sold a guitar for like $150. It's crazy how coveted they are. They're not produced. At one point, they could not get those things off the shelves, and now it's a hot commodity. So I'm waiting for plastic instruments to come back, but in the meantime, you can grab Fuser. Suuna of Rice and Ruin is down to $27.99, lowest price ever, 30% off. I told you, a lot of games on this list we've never covered here, and a lot of sales that you don't often see. This one is a really cool, beautiful 2D action game mixed with farming simulator. You're building out rice fields and then beating down bosses with weapons you crafted at your farm. I haven't played it myself, but it got a lot of good reviews. The trailer looks sick, and I might have to dive in at this price point. It's normally $40, but $27.99 feels good for this title that got really good reviews. I personally, though, love Dungeon Top. This is my special Zach pick of the day. It's $4.19, 70% off, lowest price ever. This is an awesome little roguelite that mixes things like Slay the Spire with Darkest Dungeon. It's got much more of the latter's art style. And then also board games, and I love me some board games. I buy more than I play, which is a big problem. My closet is crying, and so are the people around me that have to witness my board game obsession, but it's fun to mess around with little pieces, and this game has that feel while also having video game flair. Great battles, very condensed, and just nice loop of gameplay. It fits perfect in the Switch, and for under $5, man, like just pick it up. Even if you have an hour of fun, totally worth it. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath expansion is down to $13.99. That's 65% off for the story expansion that brings in a whole new campaign, new characters, and it's normally $40. Mortal Kombat has gone on such sale, and it's such a great game. I'm shocked that they do this all the time. I think the original game is like $12 right now on Switch. They are awesome here on the eShop, and it's awesome that they give such good discounts. I personally don't have Aftermath, so I think this is where I'll pick it up, but I do love me some Mortal Kombat 11, and I'm ready for Injustice 3. Actually, I'm ready for NetherRealm to do something different. What's a different franchise they can take on? Disney. I want to see Simba versus Hades. Make it happen, people. Let's go with Biped, $7.34, and I'll let you know that way back when, I think sometime early last year, maybe even 2019, me and my brother did a sponsored video for Biped, so I'll let you know that. But we had a lot of fun, we continued playing, and it's a great little co-op game that has a surprising amount of like dexterous skill. You know, a lot of co-op games are more just about either the shenanigans or the puzzle solving. This one, like, I don't know, you're controlling these two little robots and moving them leg by leg. It's a unique, interesting way to traverse the world, and then they just had these sequences where you really had to be in sync, working together. But it was challenging, and I appreciated that, since co-op games sometimes feel like they're kind of just like enjoy it together but not really do it together. This one is a lot more of that. Let's go to Wingspan, $13.39. Speaking of board games, man, Wingspan's a pretty good game. Collect some birds, drop them down the feeder, get some eggs, see what you can do on the victory point scale. Anyways, $13.39, 33% off, lowest price it's been. Good implementation of this game on the handheld. You can play online, you can play with people around you, and it's Wingspan, a game that's going to cost you like $40 or $50 to get off Amazon, and is sold out quite often, so $13.39 feels like a super sexy price. Let's go with Moonlighter next, $6.24. Moonlighter has been on the show before, 75% off, but this is a nice little pixely Zelda game with boss battles and exploration and really great art. $25 is a decent amount, but the game was pretty much worth it when it came out at that price. Got really good reviews. I liked it a lot. $6.24 though, that's a steal. That's a steal. 75% off for a really good little Zelda-like. If you're looking for like a 2D Zelda type game, if Metroid makes you wish Zelda would deliver a new title, grab Moonlighter. I think you'll like it. Maybe not as much as you know, Breath of the Wild or something of that sort, but I think you'll really find it fun. Next up, we got Road 96 down to $14.97. That's 25% off the lowest price ever. Just came out back in mid-August. This is a procedurally generated hitchhiking road trip game where you just get in the vehicle and see what's up. All right, it says there's thousands of roads, okay, tons of different action, exploration, contemplative moments, 90s hits on the soundtrack, and you meet a bunch of interesting, incredible characters, a lot of decisions you have to make, changing your adventure, changing the people you meet, changing the ending. It didn't, I think, review like incredibly well. There is a demo if you want to give it a go first. Let me see what this thing got on Metacritic, because I was always interested in it. It looked pretty neat when I saw it actually shown off at one of the indie worlds. Oh, it actually got some pretty good remarks here. Okay, you know, it got a 75 on Metacritic. That's pretty solid. Apparently, it's a fantastic coming-of-age socio-political tale told in an interesting way that only video games can deliver. Stick your thumb out and hitch a ride with this fantastic adventure. Make sure to turn the music up loud. Road 96 is so much more than an indie point-and-click. It's a solid recommendation despite its obvious limits. Interesting. All right. Very cool. It sounds like the team is trying something super creative with that procedurally generated nature of the road trip, and you might want to get in for 15 bucks. Last game on our list, though, is going to be Scribblenauts Mega Pack. And I know you might think this is a silly pick, but Scribblenauts actually does some cool stuff. It's $7.99, 80% off, and you get 2 games, Scribblenauts Unlimited and Scribblenauts Unmasked. Now, these were very popular back in like the DS and the Wii and the Wii U era. Basically, anything you can think of, you can make appear in the game. It's like Siri, but visual. All right, so you like type in dinosaur and a dinosaur pops in. And then the DC one, you type in like Clayface and Clayface pops in. It's really nifty, and it was a thing of its time, but I think if you haven't experienced Scribblenauts, you're going to get a lot of value for $8. One being just general Scribblenauts Unlimited, and the other being very superhero and licensed. It's just a cool mix. Great games, especially if you have any youngsters around you, or if you're young at heart. I think you'll really get more than $8 out of this one. So that is the list for today. A bunch of really good games, and games that don't appear on these lists so often. My top picks for you are absolutely must-buy Inside. I think that Golf Story and Dungeon Top are really great at their price point, but Tetris Effect Connected being 25% off right at the jump is phenomenal. Mortal Kombat Aftermath all the way down to $13.99. It feels fantastic, and don't sleep on Cozy Grove if you're an AC fan. I think you'll enjoy that one at $11.99. I'm personally most interested, though, in Suuna of Rice and Ruin, because I haven't played that yet. At $28 feels like a good chance to get in with some 2D action and some farming, and then beat up on people with my farming tools. Anyways, I love you all. I'm all hugs for you. No beating up with farm tools. Just beat up that like button on your way out. Let me know what title you're most excited about in the comments down below. If you're going to pick any of these up, if you played any and want to recommend them to a friend on the channel, that would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate that. In the meantime, though, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there, guys and girls. I love you so much. Appreciate your support. And until next time, SwitchForce out.